This is a reading video for My Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 10 and 11. I didn't watch Episode 10 last week because of all the E3 stuff and everything, so I got around to it to do it this week to catch up and everything. And boy, I'm glad I did it. So click in the link description below to go watch my reaction and then come back here with my full thoughts, and theories about these episodes. They're super freaking cool. So click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Go watch it for yourself. Don't get spoiled here. I swear to God. Go watch it for yourself. Click away now. Okay. Just want to make sure. Super freaking cool group episodes. I'm glad in some ways that we did skip it last week because we ended up watching this 10 and 11 at the same time, which was basically the full fight of All Might. It was the entire fight with him and All for One. Super freaking cool. Yeah, as expected for somebody with like a bajillion powers in him or whatever, he basically can take all the powers he wants and use them like together in certain moves and everything, so that way he can like do super punch, or I guess in a way it was the air cannon. It was like air cannon ability plus like a muscle thing to like boost up the air in his arm, and then like some kind of other like three other abilities like amplifying it pretty much. And then like when he like just like did the air, he's like a huge air cannon. I mean, hiccups. Huge air cannon, just devastating everything, knocking All Might back, making him bleed, like that kind of stuff. Like it was intensely like a massive amount of air kind of thing. Then there was these little tendril things that he did off his fingers, which brought people, or no, not brought people, sorry, forced people to do their quirk. So, like, for instance, the teleport guy, or the magnetism guy kind of thing, just forcing their quirks to activate to his will, basically, because they both were knocked out, to, like, make him leave, basically, so that way he can go all out as well, or save them, because I'm assuming once he, like, came out to the world as like being all for one, like he was outing himself and there was no going back. So I feel like when he was there, he wanted to kill All Might for sure, but I feel like he knew it was over then, like kind of thing, because so he saved Shigaraki and the others and everything to go like continue his will or whatever. I'm not sure if Shigaraki is going to be able to get passed down, or if he's going to pass down his, or if All for One is passing down his ability to Shigaraki, or what? I have no idea. I'm not sure if he can even. We just all we know is All Might was only one. All Might's lineage was the only one to be able to do it. But anyways, regardless, he saved Shigaraki and all of his friends and everything, friends, and then it seemed like he just wanted to kill All Might, basically, like defeat All Might. Made sure the cameras and all that stuff, the news reporters can see everything. Forced him to the point where he became weak again, in a weak form, and showed the entire world his weak form, and no one cared. Like everyone was like, keep fighting All Might, you got this kind of stuff, and that was freaking awesome. Even Endeavor was like, why are you so weak right now? Like you're the symbol of peace, and that kind of stuff. Like that was super freaking cool. Everybody, even if they hated him, was all rooting for him to win here, which was really cool. I mean, what else? But Midoriya's plan to save Bakugo was very good. To do the ice ramp, basically, like as high as possible, to then use not Bakugo, Midoriya's legs to propel them further forward, holding I can't remember his name, but also Ida, and the guy who can harden, basically. Ida propelled him forward, basically, and kept the momentum going with his power. And then yeah, the hardening kid, he basically broke through the wall to initialize the launch. and then having him also called Bakugo because it's very freaking true. I didn't know this until now, but they've been together since like the start, like just hanging out, being friends, kind of thing. So that is pretty cool. Like I'm interested to I'm interested that that was his go-to. Midoriya's go-to was to have him call for Bakugo instead of him because Bakugo wouldn't go for him, kind of thing. But Midoriya, so that's pretty cool that he made him do it. And then he was like, "I got this." And he's like, "Explode!" Actually, there was no movement. Like he's like just standing there with his arms to his side, and then just like boom, and then like he was off, kind of thing. Like that was super freaking cool. There was a lot of really cool drawn scenes here. Both these episodes. We had the really cool, epic freaking shots of Bakugo igniting to like jump up to Midoriya and company, kind of thing. Then we had the entirety of All for One and All Might's fight in both episodes, effectively just laying waste to the entire city around the area, kind of thing. And even the one lady who All for One was going to like kill, basically, or she was in the way, or whatever, he was behind All Might, forcing him to use all of his power to stop it, stop the blast, basically. So he punched the air coming at him, splitting it in half, so that way the girl behind her, or him, sorry, can be safe, kind of thing. And even her, she was like, "You could do it, All Might, like defeat this guy." Like that was super freaking cool. Um, the whole like fist in the air kind of thing, like to then transform into his bigger self, like that was really awesome. We had to see his predecessor, All Might's predecessor, the one who gave or passed on the power to him, who was Nana, or Nana, or there's different ways you could pronounce that, but I guess it's Nana. um so she's pretty cool. She seems like um a pretty like happy-go-lucky kind of person. She was the one who told All Might to smile, mostly because his skinny form is always like frowning, kind of thing. So I wonder if that's why she was like smile, so that way people can see your smile, kind of like that. I wonder if that was why he had got that kind of thing, which is really cool. Um, Super freaking cool episodes. Um, but yeah, so it seems like All Might was, like I said, maybe not the first, but he's definitely the maybe gun ho about the whole situation of being in the limelight. He wanted to be the number one hero. He wanted to be in everyone's lists of like the best hero in the world. He wanted to be public about it, and so that way people have like a symbol of peace, right? Like that is a hero, kind of thing. Like that's what he wanted. Um, and his predecessor, Nana, she was like, like, you really want that, kind of thing. So it seems like all the predecessors up until now pretty much haven't really done that. Just been kind of doing their own thing in the shadows, maybe helping out heroes here and there, doing on missions, that kind of thing, but not really in the limelight, the public eye, I should say. Um, Seeing how like ridiculously powerful they are, like the whole lineage, basically. I'm wondering like how far. Well, obviously it's like seven, or was it like six or seven people down the list, kind of the lineage of One for All. Um, so yeah, I'm wondering if anyone in the past has ever done the whole like limelight, public eye kind of thing, or is All Might the first one to do it, kind of thing. We're not sure. Obviously, the one prior to him, I should say, Nana, she wasn't in the public eye. It seemed like she was like still a hero, obviously, but she seemed like kind of like shocked, or whatever like that, or like questioning, like, you really want to do that, kind of thing, like that. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Such a freaking cool group episodes. I was like tearing up at the very end when All Might was like pointing at the news reporter camera, and they stopped. They like were like he's pointing at us, like whatever, and they like to pull the camera that way, and then saying like it's like it's up to you now, basically. And obviously it was more. I would say it was probably more so a message for Midoriya, but it can also be seen as two messages for everybody, basically. Like not only the villains for as a warning, heroes as like an encouragement, kind of thing. Basically saying like this is me in my true form, and I was still the symbol of peace, kind of thing. Like you can do anything you put your heart to, kind of stuff like that. I bet like is kind of thing. Like it's gonna be really cool to see what happens. Obviously, they took each other out basically, so it seems like All Might is done. Like this is his final mission. Like oh gosh, this is his final mission. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what he does now. Because we've always seen him as like the public eye, the one go-to person to finish any mission. But now that he's not the public eye, kind of like he's not number one anymore, he's done with missions. Like, does Endeavor take up the position as number one, and does Best Genius to get from 4 to 3, and like and so on and so forth? Does everyone just like get bumped up like one? Like, not only did someone just like if someone new were to come in and be like take number 5, everyone would below him would kind of be bumped down. But in this case, every single hero in existence right now, currently in the public eye of heroism, is all going to be bumped up one because of All Might's sacrifice kind of thing for this mission. So, I mean, it's definitely a good thing for all of them, because they got all bumped up by one kind of thing. If it does happen that way. I'm wondering if they have to do like a retest kind of thing like that to kind of balance out the ranks, or I'm not sure how it works. But if it is just like a numbers game and like the powerful lists are like the top kind of thing, and then like if All Might's gone, everyone else gets bumped up, then everyone should be happy about it. Not only because of sacrifice, but like to seeing how it, like his true form is and everything, and like how weak he normally is really interesting. Even All for One, him explaining the ability of One for All, basically to All Might, was super freaking interesting. His torch, basically, like in the darkness and like a blizzard, like his little fire just slowly dwindling to like a little tiny fire, and then you see All Might kind of huddling around it, putting a stick on it, and like kind of lighting it up a bit. Like that is really freaking cool. And then like you cut to Nana, who has like this big, huge flame kind of thing. So. Super freaking cool group of episodes. I cannot wait for next one to see what happens, aftermath kind of stuff. Because I definitely do want to know what's going to happen to All for One, and All Might. Definitely those two people. I definitely want to know what's going to happen to them after all of this. Obviously, people are going to want to question All Might, and why you hide your true form and blah 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 kind of thing and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if they're gonna let him go on TV to explain that kind of stuff, or is gonna be a wait a little while before going on TV kind of thing. But ultimately, I think All Might is done fighting. Maybe he can muster a little bit more power in some instance to kind of like do something later on. But obviously, I don't think he can even go All Might mode anymore. I would have to assume, maybe. I guess we'll have to wait and see for sure. But it's up to Midoriya now. Midoriya is the new All Might in a way. He's Deku. So I'm really interested to see when he becomes the spotlight hero to everyone's like eye kind of thing. So like right now, they know him because of the tournament, Deku, but they don't know him as like All Might's predecessor. So like I'm wondering like what he has to do to prove himself to be number one. Like obviously beat Endeavor in some skill based thing or like that to get above him in the ranks. But I'm not sure if it's villain numbers kind of thing, like right, like you have to defeat a certain amount of villains in order to get like a certain rank, kind of thing. I'm not sure how it works. But it's gonna be badass for sure. So thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week for episode 12. I can't remember how many episodes it's supposed to be in this season. If it's 24, perfect. If it's 12, that would be the last one, kind of thing. So I'm not sure how many there are, but I'm just gonna keep going until we're finished. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. Thank you, buddy.